It's 100 degrees in the middle of August, and that could only mean one thing at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco High School. It's time to put on the pads here for the Weslaco Panthers. Hello, everybody. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez. And we also have the new head coach of the Weslaco Panthers. Well, he's not so new anymore. He's been here since, April. And Coach Salinas, we just finished with a purple-white scrimmage. And Coach Salinas, we would like to get your thoughts. You had your kids out there working for a little bit, maybe for about an hour or so running some plays. What do you think about the new-look Weslaco Panthers?
Excited about where we're at. Obviously, we're not happy with where we are today, but I thought the kids came out today prepared, focused. I thought our defense played exceptionally well today.
Well, Coach, you guys had spring ball, and then you had summer workouts. Now you've had a couple of weeks of training camp. Now the purple and white scrimmage. Where does the team go from here?
I think they know that it's got to be a constant improvement. We got to continue to improve. We got to be greater tomorrow than we were today. So our focus and our emphasis is controlling what we can control, getting better day by day, and then being committed to the process, not compliant. So we're going to ask our kids to go above and beyond and make some sacrifices in order for us to have some success this fall.
It's always easier in general. It's always easier for the defense to get a little further along than the offense. Did you find that here this afternoon?
Yeah, not a question. Obviously, we got to find out who's going to be the guy behind center for us. So we put our quarterbacks in some tough situations today, and they responded. But again, with the play of Roy Trevino in the secondary, Andrew Olguin, and then Marco Noriega at linebacker, and really Tony Estevanis in the middle gave us some fits on offense.
What can you tell us, Coach, about what you saw out there on the offense?
Offensively, we just got to continue to improve. We got to get in a rhythm. Today, at times, we didn't get in a rhythm, and we got to eliminate some penalties. So we got to play cleaner on offense, and then we got to hit our shots. We missed some balls today that would have extended some drives and kept us going. So those are all teachable moments. Those are all things we can go back and watch on tape and improve for next week on Friday versus Palmview.
One of the things I heard you say, Coach, was tempo.
Yeah, we want to play. We want to play fast and physical. Obviously, we don't ever talk about the weather. It was near perfect out here today, but we're going to expect our kids, regardless of what's going on around them, to make a concerted effort to play faster. We want to do that and try to put some stress on the defense, and then in turn, we're going to get in a little better condition. We
did notice that on the defensive side of the ball, that there were times where it was third and long or third down, and y'all were bringing some heat. Pressure was coming up the middle and from all sides. Is that the type of defense you're going to be bringing to Weslaco?
We're going to try, and again, today was about answering some questions and sort of finding out some of the unknowns. So we were in pads, so we got to find out who can do what as fast as possible, and then put our guys in a tough situation and find out who's going to make a play when their number's called. So Coach Buff's not going to lay back on us, and he brought some heat on third down today.
Coach, how did you what about the quarterbacks? Did you like the way they handled the pressure out there?
I did. I mean, we got to continue to improve at quarterback. We have to learn to manage a game, make great decisions behind center, and get our offense in a tempo and a rhythm. But we're just going to have to work on a couple things. We got to work on our body language and then making the critical throws on third down.
Palmview next week, so you guys have to, once again, you had live action today. Quarterbacks, you didn't want them to get hit. But next week you're playing Palmview right here for a scrimmage, and it's going to be a controlled scrimmage. What are you looking for from your team next week?
We just want to show some improvement. I think the biggest improvement happens from this Saturday to next Friday. So for us, it's getting ready for a game week. These guys have never been with us in preparation for a game. So we have to take advantage of every opportunity as a team to get better. And next week we have to treat Palmview like game one.
All right, Coach, we're going to go ahead and let Coach Salinas go and meet with some of the people that are here today. So, Coach, we'll let you go, and we'll bring in a couple other. We'll get you guys in a minute. We have a couple of players. So thank you very much,
Thank
Coach
you, guys.
Salinas.
Appreciate everything Coach for us.
On the Miriam Guerra post-game show, we'll have some highlights of the scrimmage. Coach, we'll let you get off the stage right now. Just go right ahead. This is the post-game show by Miriam Guerra. We'll have some highlights of this scrimmage later on tonight. Check it out on Facebook and YouTube and the rest of the social media. But right now, Mike, what about your thoughts about this game here? First time, new system, new players, only two back on offense. Right. Totally new, not only for the coaches, but the players as well.
With only two back on offense and a new coaching staff, yeah, you expect a little of the good, the bad, the ugly. I think we saw a combination of really great plays. The quarterbacks look like they're getting a little bit more comfortable out there versus the spring ball. I think the spring ball really paid off, the summer conditioning, and now here we saw all three quarterbacks play. They look pretty good, and we saw a couple of players step up. Should we mention some of the names, you think?
Sure.
Okay. We got like, let's see, Jacob Cavazos, who is one of the quarterbacks. I saw him lined up as one of the receivers. We saw, if I can flip my page here, we saw Peyton Kanab, who's also considered a running back, but he can also play receiver. He made a few nice catches. Richard Olsek lined up. He played running back last year, if you remember. Made a few nice catches out there. Elijah Banda, I like the way he played quarterback, the way he was able to escape some of the pressure and then make some plays.
Yeah.
Did a great job. And as you mentioned earlier with Coach Salinas, the defense brought the heat. And I think we're going to see a lot of that throughout the season, and that's part of Coach Buff's system.
Sure, absolutely.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Well, the top 3 plays that I have here, and you'll watch the highlights once again later on today on social media. Peyton Kanab, they were in the red zone, a 35-yard run off to the left-hand side, and he was able to score, escape some tackles. Elijah Banda, it was a play where it looks like he was going to be brought down. He escaped the pressure, rolled out to the left-hand side, going the other direction of the field, and found Roland Berones, a sophomore tight end, all the way down to the 1-yard line. After that, Matthew DeSantiago scored, and then also DeSantiago had a 70-yard touchdown run. So those are some of the highlights from the Purple-White scrimmage today as they begin the 2017 season. But first, let's look back one time for a little bit, because 2016, it is over, but during the show right here, we want to look back at the 2016 season, because although the team did not reach the playoffs, they were still very competitive, were the Weslaco Panthers from a year ago, and we have some great plays, and we'll look back at that video right now.
The Panthers hit the Alamo City for a big non-district game on September 2nd against San Antonio Marshall. A lot of big plays, which began from the get-go. First possession, Alex Lara gets his handoff in the old slot T and scampers for 49 yards. Very next play, Diego Rodriguez up the middle, reaches the goal line, touchdown! Weslaco with a season-high 490 yards and earned its first win of 2016. Next game, the Panthers host Mercedes in a Mid-Valley clash, which dates back to the 1920s. In this battle, Weslaco's defense comes through. Andrew Olguin with this pick 6 and returns it to the house to put the squad up against one of the better offensive attacks in the Valley. Second half, quarterback A.J. Gonzalez connects with Mark Lara in the back of the end zone. This makes it 21-0. Panthers roll past their rivals. Few weeks later, Brownsville Hannah comes to town on Parents' Night. Weslaco's defense with a golden performance. Defensive end Justice Free with this big hit. Quarterback fumbles. Jesus Gonzalez gets the bounce and takes the rock into the end zone. Panthers shut out Hannah 21-0. In 2016, Weslaco found a star, and his name is Michael Martin. Against Brownsville Rivera, the running back averaged 10 yards per carry and also made an impact on special teams with this punt return for a touchdown. The Panthers' 45-0 win was their most decisive of the season.
Down to the 10, 5, touchdown, Panthers.
Homecoming night versus Harlingen South. Weslaco rides behind Martin's season-high 169 yards. Isaiah Ramos gives the team a big boost with 101 yards and 1 touchdown. The Panthers with 469 yards of offense for a big district victory.
And that schedule doesn't change for the Weslaco Panthers, and there you go. September 2nd is the game. It's a Saturday game at George Ranch. That'll be up there in the Houston area. Then San Antonio Marshall, a team that they beat last year, right here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And then they'll go to the Jungle in Mercedes on September 15th to take on a team that's going to be contending for the 32-5A district championship. So 3 tough games right there. The Open, they'll get a chance to take a little bit of a breather, and then Weslaco East, a team that's going to be fighting for a district championship against San Benito and Harlingen. Then Hannah, Harlingen Rivera, Harlingen South. San Benito there is that'll be taking place at home, and then Los Fresnos. So it's going to be a tough schedule once again for the 2017 Weslaco Panthers. With me now here on the stage are 2 players back from last year that we do have. We've got someone from the defense and someone from the offense. You might remember these guys from last year. We have Marco Noriega over there on the far side, a junior linebacker. Then Matthew DeSantiago, one of the running backs from a year ago, and he had a big 70-yard run today. Tell me about that run. that you had today, Matthew?
Well, I just saw the hole, and I saw that guy trying to get me, and I just stiff-armed him, and I just saw the big old gap, big old opening. I just hit the speed and just made a score, touchdown. And it was exciting. The O-line blocked well. The QB gave me the ball well. Everything was just a good play.
Marco, give me your thoughts on the defense. How you guys looked out there today. Do you guys feel more confident now versus maybe the springtime, maybe the summer? Going forward, how do y'all feel right now?
Since spring, we came together as a team. Today, we looked aggressive on both sides of the ball, but today on the defense, we're just mainly focusing on aggressive and just getting our keys right and just stopping the offense.
Matthew, are you, because last year you had a good season. I remember your name being called a few times. Do you feel like, okay, this is your year, this position is yours? And of course, you might be sharing it with a couple of players because you got a lot of talent on that team. But do you feel like you're going to be able to contribute this year from the running back position?
Yes, I think I can, and we have a lot of backs that can run, like anyone can run.
Yes, sir.
And we can do a lot of things, and if it's me or if it's somebody else, we can run and we can do plays, and it's up to the O-line, and I have faith in the O-line that they can block, and we can do a lot of things with our backs here. And we just got to have faith, just keep working, and just believe.
Marco, what has the transition been like on defense? So you guys have changed the defensive coordinators, so you guys changed the system a little bit. My understanding is it's similar to before, but talk to us about the transition. What's it been like?
Well, the transition's been good. We're just moving a few players around and just getting used to like the signals from the sideline, and just mainly just focusing and getting ready for Friday.
Are you guys having some fun? I know that you guys were out here working out during the summer. That was a little grueling, conditioning's always tough. This week, finally got to put on the pads, or yesterday was your first day of pads. Are you guys having fun now? Because I remember watching you guys during the spring, and it seems like you guys were just concentrating because it's a whole new system. Nobody was messing around on the sideline. Nobody was sitting on their helmet or anything. You guys were just paying attention to everything. But now is it all coming together and you guys starting to have more fun? Matthew, I'll let you answer that question, then you, Marco.
Yes, putting on the pads is always exciting, and we always work hard during practice. We're always focused. We try to be focused and work as a team, and pick each other up, and just focus on what we have to do and get ready for the games. It's always exciting.
Well, today with pads, you see, it was pretty exciting for both sides of the ball, and there's a few hits there. They're aggressive on both sides, but during spring, we're just mainly focused on learning the schemes and everything and getting ready for fall camp, and which today, well, we know like similar the things that we have to do now, so we're just having a little fun out there.
I know one of the things that on defense, they want you to be aggressive. And that's something you guys have had that staple for a number of years now. So when you heard the coaching staff say we are going to be aggressive, how did that make the defense feel?
Well, it made us feel excited, and they're ready to come in and keep the tradition of our defense being aggressive. And we're just getting ready for that first scrimmage against Palmview.
All right. Well, 8 starters are coming back from the defensive side of the ball, so we look for the defense to be strong. And I think the offense is going to be pretty good with this guy right here, number 21, Matthew DeSantiago, getting his hands on the ball. We'll go ahead and let you guys go. Congratulations on a great week. Good game out here. Next week, Palmview. So we'll see you guys next week against Palmview right here at Bobby Lackey Stadium.
Right, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thanks
for being here on the post-game show. And y'all can exit this way.
Have a good one, Marco.
Good job, guys. I know that you guys are ready to go home and relax. 2 days are grueling here for the Weslaco Panthers. It's actually not 2 days, but one long day. Mike, let's talk a little bit about that 4-2-5 defense. Right. It was aggressive, and it was on display here this morning.
Carlos, the 4-2-5 defense, for the ones that don't know, their basic defense is 4 down linemen, 2 inside linebackers, 5 cover defenders, which includes 2 corners, 1 free safety, and 2 inside linebackers. So, what they're going to do is move people around. Kind of what Coach Moore used to do a little bit. It's a little bit different, but what you can do is play zone off of it, or you can blitz off of it. And it's like these guys mentioned, they intend to be aggressive with it. And this is a system, Carlos, that under Coach Buff, when he was at Texas A&M Kingsville, it finished in the top 10 in the nation. So that shows that this system does work at any level.
It's a system to stop the spread, but also you can stop the run with this defensive scheme that they'll be bringing down. Now, 2 of those players that you'll be looking out for on the defensive side of the ball, Roy Trevino and Andrew Olguin. We talked to them this summer, and here's what they had to say.
There is a tweak in the system. but expect Weslaco's defense to remain mean, physical, aggressive, and still among the best in South Texas.
We might not have the biggest guy on the field, but our heart and our mentality is going to be bigger than everybody else's.
Players such as Andrew Olguin have had to adjust from outside linebacker to strong safety in the new 4-2-5 system. He was among the leading tacklers last season and is now in position to make a bigger impact in the secondary.
So I just have to give it up my all and just try to get better as a player.
Others like Roy Trevino look to use all his muscle at strong safety. He was the unit's playmaker on defense during 7-on-7. Trevino got plenty of playing time as a sophomore and hopes that experience translates into excellence during the fall.
They both made strides through spring and the summer, so excited about what they're going to be able to do for us in the fall.
The 32-6A predictions don't look too good for the Weslaco Panthers. If you take a look at them right there, they don't have them making the playoffs. In fact, this comes from Dave Campbell's magazine, football magazine. They got them in 6th place with San Benito, Weslaco, Harlingen, and Los Fresnos as your top 4 teams going to the playoffs. And I think most people during the hardcore fans, they've already seen these predictions, and they have the Weslaco Panthers right there at number 6. Harlingen South there, Weslaco at number 6, Hanna at number 7. And then Rivera is at 8th place. So it's going to be, those are the predictions. Of course, you know, when you only have 2 players coming back from a team that didn't make the playoffs on offense, of course, yeah, you have 8 players coming back on defense, but this is a team that didn't go to the playoffs. And that's why people are saying, you know what, this could be a down year for the Weslaco Panthers.
Yeah, what Dave Campbell is basically saying is, well, Weslaco, you have a new coach, you have a new system, and you don't have a lot coming back. So therefore, we're going to put you in 6th place. So, but I think the coaching staff and the players are okay with it because that only motivates them to do better and it makes them more hungry. And I've actually heard them in practice say, guys, we're not predicted to make the playoffs, so let's prove them wrong. I mean, they're out there to make a statement this first year, and I mean, we all know when it comes to Weslaco High, there is talent. I mean, it don't matter how old they are, how young they are. Well, we have players here that can make plays. It's just about putting them in the right positions, and I'm looking forward to it. It's still going to be a great district, and I think they're going to be in all these games, Carlos, to be honest with you.
Yeah, fuel for the fire for the Weslaco Panthers. They do have some players like we saw today. Santiago with that 70-yard run, and this is going against a defense that has 8 players coming back from last year. Kanab also looked good running with the football. Elijah Banda, you know, a solid quarterback there. Marco Leal also had a solid game here today, and Coach Salinas said he's still not ready to decide, or he still has not ready to make an announcement on who his number 1 quarterback will be. So next week against Palmview, which will take place right here in Weslaco, is going to be a very important game for the Panthers and for the coaching staff to still evaluate talent.
Absolutely. I mean, it's right now, every job is open. But especially if you get to know Coach Salinas, he is the type of coach to say, hey, no job is given to you. You have to earn it. And I think next week is going to be critical for every player from top to bottom. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to what adjustments they make from here now. And it's like Coach Salinas says, you know, our goal right now is to get better from today to next week and then just go from there.
You know, I don't know if the fans could read too much into this scrimmage. It looked like they still had a few things that they need to work on. Did they look like a well-oiled machine? No, they look like there's still some things that they need to polish up. The language they're still getting used to it. The plays, they're still getting used to it. Remember, they come from a team that was a slot T offense they ran the ball 90% of the time. Now they're running out of the spread. Yes, running the football and passing out of the spread as well. So watch for this team to get better and better, you know, as the days continue on. And of course, look for those highlights here on social media later on today. This team has been up since about 7 o'clock this morning because it was media day for the Weslaco Panthers. And as we leave here, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Roberto. We'll leave you with some sights and sounds of media day for the Weslaco Panthers.
One more. One more. Stand up straight, guys, so I can see.
We're moving around.
Guys in the front, stand there, listen, let's try to sort this out.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Position, start.